want to have a watch. So today we have a round 2 season 15 match between Liam's Necromancer team and Willem's Lizard team. And joining me for this stream is Ben.
Hello, all.
So Ben's in his first main league season with us. He played in two of the neophytes. He's somebody who's actually reading up on the game. He's reading 1,000 mistakes playbook, whatever it's called, 1,000 losses. That's it.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's one. A
uh,
thousand losses
uh,
playbook.
and actually putting in the effort to try and get good. We always like to see that. So yeah, welcome Ben. So we'll just have a quick look at their teams. We'll go with Willem first because he's the first one I can see. So this is his Lizard team. So 1280 TV. Um, rolled a double on one of the Sauruses. Has taken dodge. He's Downosaurus. I think that's a niggling injury because that came up in the recap, didn't it?
Yes, I think so.
So there's not a lot of block going on. Although Skink's looking good. Plus agile to Skink.
Yeah, always going to be a threat with the ball, that one.
Yep, another double on the other one for block. So he's obviously not feeling the pain of Edge 3 ball pick. Oh, he's got Edge 4 actually, doesn't have to, that's probably why. Diving tackle. So if you can get that into a good position. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4 Sauruses. He still hasn't bought the full complement of 6 yet. So yeah, let's have a look at. Oh no, he is on here somewhere. Oh, there he is. There we go. So
There we go, that's
Liam,
the one.
he's a returning Necro team. They came in a neophyte. They've played one season. Then he gave him a break for Orcs. So we're not we ban all political talk. Uh, you're allowed to cheer if you don't like any of these people and they die on the pitch. That's a different thing. I've got a team coming just to counter this team a little bit. um,
Oh,
but
yes, so I've heard.
that's right. Strength 4 werewolf. He's got put block, dodge, and sidestep on it. They're quite good choices. Sidestep because if he surfs people off, he'll be on the if somebody tries to hit him, then he can move out of the way. The other one's got he's had many Nigel Farages and they've all been killed. And I think he keeps renaming his werewolves Nigel Farage. The golems are looking good.
Yeah, those look like pretty. From what I understand, those look like pretty meta choices for skill ups there with no doubles.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just from a cursory glance, as someone who has a relatively new team, this is one of the teams that definitely scares me a lot. Having piloted one or two necro teams in sort of other leagues, I'm very much aware of how much damage they can get done given the right circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a crazy Necro team. He's also got a strength 4 ghoul. I mean, he's going for ghoul ball handlers rather than using the werewolves, which is fine. I think some people in the league disagree with that, but I think it's a reasonable choice. It frees up his werewolves to go along and hit things. I'm just
Yeah, I think given the option, it makes a lot more sense. I mean, they start off with frenzy claw. They've got easy access to block. When you roll a strength up on one, I think that pretty much. I wouldn't put the ball on it unless I absolutely had to, because I think you're risking a lot.
yeah.
Whereas if he's off the ball, you can just use him as a murder machine, which, looking at the amount of SPP he's got, is exactly what he's done.
That's right. They've killed. They've been a bit of a scourge of the league, to be honest with you. And I mean, sorry. So Willem's just sent me a message. He's going to send Liam the match request, and I've just asked him to send me a message when the game actually loads up. And yeah, fouling, dirty player, plus movement zombie. A lot of people don't like plus movement on a zombie. But one of the things I come back to a lot, I've been lucky if I examine your Amazon team, I say, oh, I wouldn't have taken that and I wouldn't have taken that. It doesn't mean a thing. As long as you're happy, it might fit better in with your own playstyle. You know.
Absolutely. I think one of the points of contention for my team in particular was that one of the first skills I got for my thrower was Hail Mary pass,
See, I would have
which
done
is
that. Sorry, carry on.
yeah. See now, very few people would, and personally, I was of the opinion that the first skill on a passer you normally take accurate because it just makes them fundamentally better at what they're supposed to do. And then I let Daniel get in my ear. And 30 seconds later, I was like, yeah, he'd completely rationalized it and it made total sense. And then I played a game with it. And yeah, if I could go back and redo my choices,
Who'd redo them?
I'd read it. But it has come in handy on occasion, but just perhaps not quite for the reasons I wanted it to.
That's it. So Callum has joined us. He says there's some
Fantastic.
reverb on my mic. So what I'll do is I'll unplug it and plug it back in, and so I'll go off for a little bit, but I'll get the game started. I'll boot into the game. And I'll keep talking, and I'll keep talking, and you can let me know if you can actually hear me again.
No, I can. Well, unless you've just unplugged it and replugged it in, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Unless you haven't done it yet.
it is the sound better, Callum. I've turned Facebook off, by the way, as well. Sorry, I might have. We're getting there. Oh wow, he's not replied yet, so the sound is possibly a little bit better. So they've started, so we're gonna go in. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm gonna blame. I'll blame the kid because he was on here earlier.
Affectionately named the kid.
Yeah, I don't like using his name
Yeah,
for
that's totally understandable.
on the internet. So,
Oh yeah,
uh,
naturally.
should we have all the skills up, or just what we'll do is we'll just do the gained skills? I
Yeah, we'll do
think.
the extra skills. I think just keeps it a bit more tidy, but it also gives us a little bit more information.
You have an idea of what everybody starts with anyway, so yeah, it's fine. I'll try to do a mic test before I start next time. Well, the next one's actually straight after this one for me, so I probably won't have time to do that. So it looks like. Oh, let's have a quick look at. That's definitely no inducements. It's 4 rerolls. Can't see Wizard or Bribes. He's got a star on the field? Hemlock. Stab will be good against the ghouls.
Yes.
AV8 as well, so won't be too shabby against that. What else has he got? Is that jump up? Yeah, jump up. Sidestep and blodger. Oh, here we go. Kick off. And skip. Maybe he's got babes and things. So we can't see all the inducements sometimes. So we got high kick. So yeah, you would have heard my Facebook, Callum, because I set OBS up to basically broadcast everything that comes through my headphones, so you can hear Ben. Oh, bonehead.
Oh, that's not the start Willem was going to be looking for there.
No. He went for a re-roll as well. I'm not sure I would have bothered with that.
In the short time I've been playing compared to everyone else, I've learned it's normally not worth it. Not with loners. It's going to punish you a lot more than it's going to reward you for it.
Yeah, if you're using a loner in a way that it absolutely has to succeed, then you're doing something wrong.
And I think as well, I can't see the whole thing behind the guard, but I'm pretty sure that was the blitz action gone as well there.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, he
So
does
that's
dangerous blitzing with your loner players. See, I would have picked up the ball and run it further down. Movement 8, you've got plenty of time and no block. So yeah, he's down. He's already used his re-roll. So
Yeah, that is. Oh, that's a painful turn one. That's
It is. But can Liam? I'm going to keep calling Liam Leon, and you get to tell me off every single time I do it. Liam, he has to try to. I think he can capitalize this. I think um, he doesn't necessarily have to break the cage, but he can start hitting the skinks.
yeah, absolutely. This is obviously with the way his players are set up right now. Obviously, he's only got the two. He's only got the two zombies that are actually already in a tackle zone, and they're bashing up in terms of strength. So I doubt we'll see much action with those. But yep, that's the. Oh, okay, just dodge there. So that's. I think this might be Willem's. This might be Willem's best chance here. Is just hoping. I think he's going to have to try and play as hard as he can and get as far as he can, hoping that these players, hoping that Liam's players don't connect, because I feel like when they start connecting with some pals, this could get bloody.
Absolutely. I mean, one thing that's working and will work in Willem's favour is Liam doesn't have any tackle on his team, as far as I can see. There's obviously that doesn't matter against the Sauruses, but it is going to matter against the Skinks.
And I think in terms of the quickest way to disable a Lizardman team, even someone with a fairly minimal amount. Oh, see, I lied. I said we wouldn't get much zombie action, and there we go. Saw us down for the count,
He's going for the
and a
one
push on the other one.
dices. Yeah.
But yes, to go back to that last point, the quickest way to disable a Lizardman team, take out the Skinks, and they're going to struggle with whatever they've got left. So
Yeah, they will.
yeah,
It's like yeah. That's going to be. I mean, this team has more skinks than you would normally have, and Liam not having tackle. Yeah, like I said, that's going to be a problem. Hello, Rob Top's joined us. Hello, Rob Top. So Ben can't see the comments, so I'll just repeat them out loud. So
oh,
he
there's that stab.
goes,
There's
oh,
the stab that we thought.
no,
Oh,
smooth.
okay, right.
Here
So
we go.
that star player paying off already in the early game.
Yeah, that's highly advantageous.
Well, after that turn one, Willem deserves something. Nuffle giveth and Nuffle taketh away.
He
And
really
yeah,
does.
oh, that's that. Oh, yeah, that's a strength up goal as well. That's oof.
If Liam didn't realise, yeah, no, this is what probably trying to build him into a main ball carrier. So what happened in turn one is Willem attempted to blitz with the Crocs, and of course the Crocs boneheaded, and he spent a reroll which failed. He then moved and caged up where you just saw the cage, which is now dispersed a bit, and then he did a block, and it was a both down. And Liam didn't do a whole lot, just what you saw where he was manoeuvred. That was it, really. Sorry, Rob, asking me what happened in turn one.
No, I mean, as much as I'd love to tell him, I can't see the comments, and also I'm still slightly upset with him for brutalising my poor Zons. But this is fine. We'll forgive and forget at some point.
Eventually.
But but yeah, that's
Yeah.
a really nice stab there, because obviously what that's done after turn one, I was a little bit suspect, because I wasn't quite sure how committing to that right hand side of the field would pan out, and obviously Liam then moved the bulk of his team in to mark off that
But
side. But that stab has opened up a nice little avenue that he's been able to run his team through. However,
but
the
yeah, he
werewolves with the movement eight, it's yeah,
crazy. But it's
that's
like
not.
Rob was saying, it's a bad cage because he left that corner open, which has
Yeah,
allowed the werewolf
absolutely.
in. Um, where's his other ghoul? Oh, he hasn't
Uh,
fielded him. It's on the sideline.
which honestly, given the star player's presence, probably a smart thing to do, because losing both of them in the first half could be slightly problematic. So yeah, he's probably taken the smart move there to keep one of them on the sideline, probably for the second half. But yeah, that as Rob pointed out, that cage incomplete, and unfortunately, werewolves with the movement they've got, especially the skills on Liam's werewolves as well, has allowed him to just barge straight in through the side and pop that ball out.
Yeah, yeah. If I was Liam, I'd be trying to get the touchdown on Nigel Farage, the werewolf that doesn't have strength 4. I'm not streaming Callum's match because Callum's match is at 7:30. I'm streaming. Oh, I can't. Who's playing at 8?
Hold on. I had it up a second ago.
It's. I know it's Matt. Matt versus
Andy and Matt.
Andy and Matt. Oh, that'll be an interesting game.
That's set to be a real barn burner. That one.
Yeah. Sorry, man. The heat's frying my brain. You know.
I think it's done a number on everyone, really.
There's been lots. I've stopped obsessively looking at leaks and stuff now. It's really. Yeah. So I've had to concentrate on our actual league that's actually running. Oh, not good. See,
that's not good.
Dice and.
It has taken the KO though, so yeah.
Yeah, Roberts.
I mean, no way.
No
way you could have known that was happening, but yeah, not a bad end result.
No, yeah. Yeah. He's at least he's kept the Crocs there to tie down some of those Necro players, and that's good.
There goes Hemlock. That's. I mean, in terms of trading value, you've taken out the strength 4 ghoul with him, so not completely wasted. But yeah, I doubt he would have wanted to lose him this early in the game.
Yeah, he's only got the 1 ghoul left. Yeah, I think it's a fair trade. It was a good trade off. He got something good out of Hemlock. I mean, there's a TV worth of that strength 4 ghoul. It's yeah. Well, I don't think Liam wants to be mucking about though, trying to get specific things on specific. I think he just wants to grab the ball and start getting it secured. Oh, sidestep. Yeah. But you can't sidestep a both down.
No, you certainly cannot. That's what's coming in handy again. The way this is looking right, obviously Boris Johnson carrying the ball in lieu of the injured ghoul. But this is giving me real shades of Adam's supercharged 1-man Bretonian team. The old was it? I can't even remember what he is now. I think he's on his way to level 5. He's probably deeply up there. But yeah, Mark Zuckerberg from Adam's Bretonian team is just a 1-man army, and Boris Johnson looks like he's heading the same way.
He is, you know. Adam had a chance to score with other players. I was surprised he didn't. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, we'll concentrate on it. So, Callum thinks that the strength 4 for Hemlock is more advantageous for Liam. In a way, I can see that because Hemlock only had the real chance to stab 1 player, and he could have done a whole lot more damage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think sort of reducing him to just the stab is probably taking a lot away from him there. But sadly, we won't be seeing any more of him for this game. He's been righteously punted into the injury box.
That's right.
And we can only hope. Well, I'm sure Willem can only hope that the rest of his skinks aren't soon to follow, because it looks an awful lot like the bulk of his frontline Saurus units are sort of tied up in the sort of lower middle of the field there. So, he's got the reroll. Makes it out.
He's going to have a hard job hitting them down. The Lizards obviously still have a bit more development to do, but you need to cut at least 2 break tackle Saurus players just so they can have more maneuverability. But he doesn't. So I mean, it'd be good. I wouldn't hit with the Crocs, Willem. I would KO.
Trump's gone.
Donald, that's a different Donald Trump. He's got 2 Donald Trumps on his team. The Donald Trump.
Yes, that Donald Trump was originally from Adam's team before he was promptly risen from the dirt as a new member.
That's not a bad thing that he's done, I suppose, with the Crocs there. because now obviously he's marking the ball carrier.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so that's a 4+ dodge out of there. Uh, I would be tempted to blitz out of there because the werewolf strength 4. Is there another werewolf next to the Crocs, which isn't
Yeah,
in
I
a
think there's
tackle zone?
one. There's one
Yeah,
unmarked. Yeah, and that's exact. Oh,
except
that's not what he wanted, but he got it on the reroll. Now, does he just run for it?
yeah, give it a potato down the.
Yeah, he's just going to sprint. I mean, again, the Skinks, I suppose, can rival the movement, but when he's strength 4 with Blodge, what can you really do? He's going to be almost impossible to take down.
Yeah,
And now, obviously, he can send in the second werewolf as backup.
I don't think he can get a full cage. I mean, oh wait, Willem's taken a mercenary Saurus with block. That's the one lying on the floor by the
Oh,
flesh golem.
I mean, yeah, I can see it. It's obviously going in Downosaurus against a team that's going to predominantly be trying to bash you is always going to be an advantage you're not keen to roll with. So yeah, mate, taking it makes sense. But obviously, this is just my sort of new coach's perspective. There may probably be much better alternatives, but yeah, I can from a new player's perspective, I can definitely understand. I can definitely understand taking it, and obviously the block is always going to be helpful as well.
Yeah, yeah. I possibly would have gone for a wizard. So I think, I mean, he can get into a position where he could blitz the werewolf with the strength 4 block loner on the floor, like that. So he can dodge out the tackle zone. So that's a 1 dice up. I don't. He could risk trying to move a skink down to assist. It'd be that one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably be the one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's what he's
that's
done, but it's
risky.
and that probably I. Do you think Liam just takes the touchdown here, or do you think he's going to stall out?
I'd stall it out. I would absolutely stall this
He's in a
out.
pretty commanding position here, I think. I think he can definitely inflict a little bit more damage. Yeah, straight to the corner of the pitch.
Yeah. Sometimes he seems to get bored of stalling, though, Liam, and he'll just, stall a couple of turns. Mind you, yeah, I would stall. Hopefully he doesn't, because he's only got to hold it for 4 turns, including this one, and yeah, he goes in with ball possession on the second half, 1-0 up. So just so you can catch up a bit on the chat, so Callum said brutal job on the Zons. Rob says it was a proper dicing, but I don't feel bad, so that's okay. Callum says those Zons had rode their luck a bit in the Neophyte. Rob says Ben's doing well for a new player, to be fair. Although it is turning out that Ben has played in other leagues and is doing things like reading 1,000 losses, so I don't think he's like new player like we think of new players, to be honest. So you can be a bit harder on him.
Yeah, by all means, let me have it. But no, I absolutely a point well made about the Zons team there. And in fact, was having a conversation a couple of days ago. I think it may have actually been a better choice for me to take in my high elf team from the other neophyte, because I think the Zons ability to excel, they really shine at low TV, and obviously couple that with the fact that 2 of those matches were complete coin flips. And
So
yeah, they've probably rode out their allotment of luck. So I imagine this is going to be quite a painful league for them.
Callum saying take the touchdown and assert dominance for the advantage. I don't know. I don't. Callum likes scoring 100 touchdowns a game, so that's fair. Yeah, that's what Willem needs to do, is threaten the ball carrier. But can he?
Not easily, and I think that's as much as Liam. I hope Liam doesn't get bored and just score, because I
Well,
think there's going to be more advantage here to just trying to pile on the pain.
I think he'll start feeling a bit threatened now rather than bored. But I think if
Yeah,
he could
very
still
true.
work this out, he could. if that werewolf doesn't get marked, it can run down and mark one of them. Yeah, 1-1 with ball possession is still winning for Liam. From the point of view, that's Callum, but I would agree to the extent that Liam will still have the ball next turn. If he scores now, he's only giving the Lizards 2 turns to return.
It's true. I think if he scores now, a lot's gonna. Oh right, okay.
Unless he double skulls, that's the third double skull he's rolled.
That might be the turning point for this half.
Yeah.
And here comes the Crocs.
He gets. No, he's got dodge.
That's pushed him potentially. Yeah, just pushed him right into the end zone there. But
he's got sidestep, so yeah, he's gone for the touchdown.
I think for Willem there, whether if you power him, great. If you push him, you're forcing the action forward and you're giving yourself those 2 turns. So I can't really argue with that. That definitely looked like the right play. Just a shame he couldn't knock him out.
There's one thing I'm remembering watching the comments. We have to slow down our commentary because the streamers aren't watching it as fast as they're about a second or 2 behind us.
we've been spoiling it.
We've been spoiling it. They're probably going, "Oh my god!"
We sucked all the right. That's it. We'll have to remember that from now on.
We'll have to, yeah. So we need to talk about the play before, rather than
just have to wait and watch it happen.
Then it's all out of sync when you upload it to. I'm gonna investigate this. Oh, it is in sync. Thanks, Callum. Cool. Yeah, no, apparently it is in sync, so we don't have to muck about with that. So the streaming and things is a relatively new thing to Bloodstains. We've played around a little bit with it in the past, so it all depends. People have different internet connections, different hardware setups, and yeah, it's there. So we go 1-0. That's kind of good. Who's taking their time? Willem. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think he's got to try and I wouldn't be surprised to see him use the majority of the clock here to work out how to give himself the best chance of making something of this, the dying remnants of this half. But he might. I'm trying to work out how best he could go about it, but.
Callum says he's been practicing the 1-turn attempt. He's got sidestep skinks though, so that I think because Rob's saying no chance, I think that's probably about more to do with the tackle zones he'd have to go through.
Yeah, I'd say I would feel comfortable saying it's highly unlikely he makes it, but stranger things have happened, and it would certainly be an interesting end to the half. So. We'll have to wait and see.
3 pushes is possible. And look, he is setting up for it.
Yeah, he's setting up for it.
I'm not going to attempt to work it out because I don't have to, and they do my head in. I might try. I have to practice a little bit more at it. But the sidestep is definitely going to work to his advantage. I wouldn't blitz with either of the loners, though, Willem. I'd put your other Saurus up for blitzing to do the initial push. Has he got a reroll? He's got 1 reroll. Yeah, I would swap this skink for this Saurus and use this Saurus to do the hitting. Nope, he looks like he's possibly going to use a loner. He might come to regret that.
Oh, extra reroll. Probably not quite what he was hoping for, but.
No, I think you're right now, Callum. And then now it's no chance because he needs this. Oh, he's got the skink there. I suppose he'd have to do a pass and stunt his pass terribly.
This is true, but if it's his only chance to score, then he might as well go for it.
Oh, he's
Ooh,
not
good
going
for
to.
handoff.
Yeah, 4. That fails. That's.
Ah.
Ah,
Oh, but picked up.
onto the sidestep.
Now, as you mentioned, I have no penchant for doing the maths with these things, so I have no idea if a one-turn TD is still possible with this configuration. But oh,
Oh, he's attempting to get it to the. Yeah, no.
I think that's probably killed. Oh, I mean, hell, 6 up on the catch, but yeah, not quite,
Still gets the
not
completion.
yeah, not quite what he probably wanted to happen there. So impressive, if only for the wrong reasons.
That's right. Hey, now how many pushes does he need for 6, 7, 8? Too many. Yeah, he's never going to get a Saurus up there.
It looks like he's coming in for the foul, or he might still be trying to move people.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Not sure I'd bother too much fouling with the zombie. It's not worth the risking of the
No,
sending off.
absolutely not.
Save it for a werewolf, preferably the strength 4 one.
You got to knock him down first, though. That's the that's the only problem with that one. Yeah, he does seem to just be assembling a bit of a meat cage. Oh,
Yeah, no block.
down he goes.
He's really got to put. I don't know what his B is about putting block on them, but it's fair enough. Yeah, I think he had the correct positioning. I guess the only thing I would have done is I would have attempted it with a sidestep skink. That would be my only thing. But it shows that he's got. Yeah, Rob's already said he's got the idea. So you just need to keep practicing at it. And I only say do it with a sidestepper is because it is a lot easier when you can just choose where you want them to go. So I do look forward to the day where Willem actually pulls one off, because I think he will.
Oh, it's only a matter of time, I think, and you know it will be a spectacle, I'm sure, to watch. But
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy for him to do it as long as I'm not on the other side of the field.
Rob's saying foul that, add skink 4. Now remember, we're watching Liam play, so I think that's probably what we're going to be seeing. It looks like he's setting up for it.
Yeah, in terms of targets, that Agi 4 skink is definitely one of the more juicier ones for Liam to take a crack at.
I just mean, Callum, if you have sidestep and you've mistimed something while you're trying to practice it and you don't quite hit them the right way or something, it's not the end of the world, because you can still sidestep into the right position more than anything else. I don't know. That's a good point. Who is he actually gonna foul? Yes, who he's gonna foul with? I've told him not to foul with positionals, but hey, if he gets sent off, yeah, that was a really bad idea. Really, really bad idea. Don't foul with your guard whites, chaps.
I mean, it was his, as far as I remember the field setup, it was his only option if he wanted to get it in. But yeah, weighing up the loss of the guard white there versus, you know, an inconsequential injury. I don't imagine it will come back to bite him too hard, given how his team's laid out. But yeah, definitely not what he was hoping for when he tried that.
No, it was a silly move. You don't foul just because it's there. That's a turn 16 foul. That's when you do something like that. Not at any other point. It wasn't worth it.
So as a handy co-commentator's tool, I've bought up a side Twitch stream on my mobile, so I can now see the chat now. And yep, bad play gets punished.
That's right.
Good summary. Painful to read, but no less correct.
Yeah, I'll suggest it to Willem and possibly myself and Callum are doing another stream tomorrow. So yeah, bring it up on your phone or something so you can see people's comments. So this could still go either way. I mean, I know Hemlock. There's an argument to say that him going down when he did, but he did take out a strength 4 Ghoul. We've got a guard right off the pitch now. I mean, every player like that off the pitch just makes the werewolves more vulnerable to being hit.
Yeah, I've got to agree. It looks better for Willem now than it did potentially at the beginning with no injuries or sending off. So he's definitely got a better chance now. Slightly curious to why he's left. Well, actually, no, I know exactly why he's left his Agi Skink off the field is because he's not getting the ball. But still, I don't know if the ball pops loose, you could pick it up with the Agi 4. So maybe the potential fouls spooked him a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's a bit worried that it'll put him to a vulnerable risk. I think you're right. He's too important on offense and defense because, like you say, I mean that guy can pick up a ball in a tackle zone. Oh, Liam, at least. Don't pick up the ball first. You didn't have to pick up the ball first. He hasn't got anything in range to threaten you.
So yeah, Rob weighing in there. Bad play from Willem. Agi 4 is his only chance to get something from this game, in Rob's opinion. Yeah, I can see it. I think, but then is Willem playing to salvage the draw, or is he still playing for the win? Because obviously, if he gets the score now and levels at 1-1, he's still going to have to kick back to Liam.
Yeah.
Hoping for a 2-1 loss. Possibly. I don't know. I think the failing to pick up the ball is definitely going to cause some problems.
So this is really why though you'd want that Edge 4 skink on the field to really make sure that you can get and then capitalise. But that failure to pick up the ball has just left it wide. He's got a big gaping hole. He can just run everything. Willem can just run the skinks through and to get into the
that's here comes the train of skinks right down the middle of the field. So that's nice play from Willem. He's cracked open that front line and he's given himself a path right into the backfield. And most of Liam's players are going to be tied up on the front line by the look of it. So yeah, that double foul pickup looks a lot like it's going to come back to haunt him, I think.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that Crocs being next to that's 4+ to dodge out.
Yeah, that's really not looking good.
But yeah,
now obviously now he's gonna look to take the other skinks and use them just to screen off, put tackle zones between Liam's other players and the ball.
He's got to be careful not to leave this left flank here too open.
Yep, just comes back to respecting the movement allowance on those werewolves because as it stands, he's left that right side wide open. So it's. Well, I mean, we talk about it being a 4-up to get out, but it's still a flip of a coin. And if you can get out, pick it up, and pass it off.
Oh, diving tackle! Yeah, he's moved to diving tackle skink up there, so it's 6+ now.
Oh, stand corrected. That's.
So while we're talking about Prehensile Tail, he moved to skink up with diving tackle, which is fine. That's what he wants to do. Yeah,
and there it goes.
I think that Liam isn't paying attention to the skills the players have got, and you can tell that when people do things like that. It's really important. If you're not sure what an icon on a player
always stop to read it.
Check it. Yeah,
I mean, for some of the more beginner coaches, that's definitely something that's been hammered in. Obviously, the more teams you play against, you get more and more familiar with maybe some of the less commonly seen ones. But in that particular instance, diving tackle has made that so much more difficult.
Oh, don't. Oh, okay, he's not going to do the go for it.
No, I don't. Yeah, I agree with him there. I don't think he needs to. I think it's just Rob now pick it up with the Croxigor and score.
No, that's right, Cam. The werewolf blitz would have. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that Liam realised that that player had diving tackle, and so far in this half, Willem's pouncing on the mistakes, and he's not letting up on it, and that's what it be. I mean, a lot of skinks, but they
Oh,
can
here comes
do
the
great
foul.
things, and he's doing the foul. Yeah, that's what you want to do.
No dice
Roll a
though.
3. Yeah. Now pick up where the Crocs and score.
But yeah, as Callum pointed out, just checking the icons, that would have been a relatively easy werewolf blitz. Even no, it doesn't have sidestep either. So just getting it off the ball would have made that
Back
a
to a
much
4
easier,
plus, you know, and
yeah, much easier. Well, comparatively, a much easier pickup. But hindsight is 2020, as they say. So he's gonna have to just.
I if I was Willem, yeah, I'd be going for the win now. I'd be scoring in the next turn, and then just pushing it forward. Definitely, I think Willem's in with a real chance now.
Yeah, I think he's got a playing from the back foot. Stalling is always kind of a risky option, but yeah, if he pushes it in now, he's still giving himself plenty of time to go for that 2-1 win.
He's going to go for there was nowhere Willem could go. That's good.
Is that worth a
Takes
roll? No.
push and frenzy
Oh,
traps him. And does the re-roll there.
oh, that's a foul though.
Where's he going to go? Yeah, that's right. That's where you want to be.
Right next to the Croxigor. Yeah, this is. I mean, on the bonus, on the plus side for Liam, it's possibly taking a few more turns off the clock, but down goes the loner.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, Willem just has to try to keep a cool head with it all. Yeah, you can get the hit, so take the hit.
I think this is where the much more interesting mental aspect is now going to come in. Obviously, don't know I don't know sort of how mentally how Willem and Liam look at the game, but sort of this is, if I had to guess, Willem's probably going to be feeling pretty good about his odds now. Liam might end up second guessing a few moves just based on that mistake. So still a lot to play for here. I could see potentially either one of them walking away from this with a W.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely. Oh, what does he got? Oh, okay.
oh, but it's a foul target.
It is. I don't know if I would sacrifice the win for the. No, he's not. Okay, no, he's not going to do that. Excellent. Yeah, get in there and score with him because winning games is what counts. I think.
Yeah, at the end of the day, after this game, Boris Johnson isn't Willem's problem anymore. So
No.
take the win instead of the foul. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a good equaliser. Um, yeah, it was well played by Willem there. The opportunity presented himself, and he was able to push through and really take advantage of it. And
That's it. Here comes the Agi. Yeah, here comes the Agi 4. So he looks like he's all in now. He looks like he's playing for the W.
Liam now needs to focus and look at where the ball is and can anybody get to the ball. That's the other thing. You can click on the players and see how far they can move. And if nobody can get to the ball, pick it up last. I don't think Willem hasn't got any kick on his team, so he gets a high kick.
Yeah, gets the high kick, so that could potentially. Does he give it to the goal or does he give it to Boris Johnson? Yeah, he's going to give it to the goal.
Yeah. So
and still can't pick. No, still can't get it.
I still probably, yeah, I would do these hits first. I do all the block hits first. Um, just from the point of view that they're safe moves. I've seen this one before. It's is that a one? Oh, one dice. Well, okay, results, and I can shut up then because if it works, it works. So he's removed a Saurus. Liam doesn't have to rush here. You know, he can take his time. You know, the pressure's more on Willem to steal the ball and get the touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if Liam can obviously part one, he's going to have to pick up the ball, which he's struggled with so far. But you know, you try hard enough, eventually you'll get there. I think if he can just sort of, no, he's gonna. Okay, so he looks like he's setting up the cage on the left-hand side.
Yeah. Come on, Rob. Why would you want to protect the? You obviously don't protect the ball at all. What you do is do all the one dice blocks without block first, obviously, or your 4-5+ dodgers. I mean, you know. Yeah, protect the ball. It's like, oh dear. But you know, it's easy to be a bit too critical when we're sat here. I mean, he's left the corner open. I mean, oh, okay. He's got the one dice off the Crocs, and that's another removal on the Mighty Blow. Yeah. I mean, that's left him. If I would naturally now be tempted to go against a lot. I know there's a zombie in front of me. I was going to say to free up the Crocs for a Blitzing, but there's a
Yeah,
zombie blocking.
that's
Couldn't see the zombie behind the Crocs, so just so that everyone can see it, he's there. So,
a little bit of screening going on here.
yeah, I think that's his best bet.
Well, if he can slow him down, it gives him more opportunities to spring a leak in that cage. And as we saw in the last game, if Willem can, if we saw in the last half, sorry, if Willem can spring a leak, he can pick it up and be off to the races.
Yeah, absolutely, and he only needs. I mean, they're not quite gutter runners because they haven't got the edge 4, but they do have the movement. If he can position them well, he's got plenty of time, mind you.
I think this is definitely a game that's going to get a lot more interesting in the sort of last 2 or 3 turns, where especially if they're still in this area of the field, we might see some more risky plays. I think, but that one a little bit unfortunate not to make the dodge there. I think that was a 3 up, 50%.
Why? Oh, he must have used the door. Yeah. Did he use the dodge skill on that one? Why was that a
Um,
team reroll? Yeah, he did. He used the dodge skill. That's why. Yeah, I don't think he had to do that move. I think he had quite a really good screen going on there, Callum. I think you're right. Oh, and how is Liam out of rerolls already? Fair enough.
well, we talked about Willem springing a leak. It's if this is as good a time as any, I think, to try and get in there if he can.
Oh, I think so. He can easily get. Well, if he can get that flesh golem out the way. Yeah, no, he can't. Can he do it with? It'd be a 2 dice up with a skink. Yeah, he really needed to get this flesh golem
Yeah,
here with
this
block and guard down, so he could free this one up to sort of get in there and see what he could do. Oh, risky. He's. Why do we got to remember they have stunty, so they do ignore tackle zones on a dodge. some of the one dice. He's probably going to re-roll. He's not going to re-roll that. No, okay. I don't think I would have done it. He does have a dodge Saurus, so no, as the first skill up. I mean, it's not going to do him any favors for a while. If he can get block and break tackle on it, it'll be awesome. But yeah, I don't think I would have taken that as a first skill up personally, because they're dodging away on 5+ was it Edge 1. I mean, I guess the theory is you get block on and then you got a blodging Saurus as well, I guess. But I just don't think it's worth it. There we go, smack.
Only a stun for Donald.
Yeah. See, going for that though was potentially broken. This, yeah, but it is looking good for Willem. I mean, I think Liam is 3 players down. Willem's.
Was that another skull? That was another skull.
That was another double skull.
Oh, this is getting ugly now.
That's like his 4th or 5th double skull. But he's burning through rerolls on things.
I think that was a 1 dice. I can't be sure because the camera sort of panned away for a second.
Oh,
but
sorry.
It looked.
If
Well,
I
that's fine.
do that, if you look
was
at
it?
this bottom
Oh
right
no,
here,
it was a double. Oof. Yeah, that is. I mean, yeah. I mentioned Willem trying to crack the cage open, but when Liam does all the work for him, he's only got to walk in. But yeah, this has just disintegrated for Liam.
Yeah, the only chance he's got is he's got to try to pull off some crazy plays that Nuffle smiles upon, and yeah, I think all Willem needs to try. He is trying. He just isn't getting the dice. But all he needs to do is free up a Saurus like this and get a Saurus just somewhere. So I'd move him off, like that. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, don't get a bee in your bonnet about that. Straight about Boris Johnson. Oh no, he's going for a block though. Burn a reroll. Don't know if I'd have bothered. Yeah, push him up. He really is. He's that flesh golem tied up so many of the players. The problem that with doing that now is Willem's now opened a possible. Oh, has that got?
Yeah, that moving that skink has given Liam a fairly open avenue down the left hand side if he can
get rid of this diving tackle dude, which he does. Yeah, it was going after that strength for werewolf. It just wasn't worth it. And he's running out of time now. He's got.
That's the chance. Yeah, the chance for Willem to win this has just evaporated in that move. Now he's playing to salvage the draw.
Yeah.
Oh, down goes that. We are still in sync, right? I'm not still spoiling cows for people, am I?
No, we're all right. Well, Callum said it's all synced up, so it's totally cool. So yeah, no, it's.
Oh, here comes the foul with this dirty player.
It's probably fed up with them.
I don't blame him. For a second. And another sending off.
I don't know, Callum. I think he got too obsessed with the strength for werewolf. He was in a great screening position. What he's ended up doing now is he's got one turn after this one. He's not going to get a score. He was in a position where he could have potentially have stolen that ball away by making Liam do something much riskier dodges and things like that. But you know, he could still get the tie here. Yeah, he hasn't used his. He's going to go for his blitz now.
Well, double down's not going to do it.
Neither's that because
Neither.
yeah, he's got dodge.
Well, he's put tackle zones in the running lane there, so he's
Sorry, I was
might
just
have
trying
bought
to.
himself some more time.
I just tried to see where Callum's saying he could score because I can't see it myself because the skinks are all. You know, the skinks have to be by turn, the last turn like that. Yeah, you need a skink
He's
like that. So
he's
now he has
setting up
set
for a
up
pass.
potential pass and a score. Okay, I take it all back. Yeah, if he gets the pass. No, yeah. He still has one more turn after this. If Liam messes up the dodge, that's what he really needs. Is for Liam to mess up this dodge. He can get a whacking from one of the werewolves, and well, he can't now. Well, maybe the that's a prehend, and he's not blitzing.
That does seem odd. So does it?
I think that's a misplay. I think.
I say the only reason I can think of doing that for is if he's just decided that he can't get the ghoul out. Oh no, he's gonna. Okay, he gets the push, but yeah, sidestep is gonna continue to. Oh, that's made it surely even worse. And
Yeah.
yeah, down he goes.
Down he goes, and the ball gets flung off.
Ball pops out. Yeah, Willem's still got somewhat of a chance here. He can.
Reasonable chance. Yeah. I've just. Can he get? Can he get anything on that werewolf? I don't know. I said, yeah. No, I said. I didn't realise you could move the skink up there. It's all good.
I mean, if Willem manages to pull this off on turn 16, this has been a real up and down game from. Oh, that's
unfortunate.
That's the end of that.
But a respectable sort of draw, I think.
I think both of them are going to be kicking themselves because I think
basically.
there were definitely opportunities for both of them to pick up the win there, and just a couple of it wasn't even really sustained mistakes. It was just a couple of key misplays at the wrong moments that just sort of led to a bit of a breakdown. So yeah, I definitely think either one of them could have come out with the win. Probably more upset they didn't win than more happy they didn't lose would be my guess.
So half an hour ago, Liam sent me a message going sweating profusely. Oh, it was about making a statement. If there's any confusion, that might have been something to do with the strength for a werewolf. I don't know, but we can only comment on what we see on the pitch, so it's all good.
Yeah, good. Fair shout from Rob though. Liam must be fuming with the double skulls, but
yeah, should we have a quick look at that?
Definitely. Let's have a look at the dice and the statistics.
Have a quick look at this. The recappers tend. Oh no, the recappers don't anymore because they do this bit. Yeah. Sorry, Callum. Just ignore me. It's hot. Ball possession for the Necro. More occupation, and that's mostly in the second half there. Blocks about even. Let's go to what we really want to see though. Let's have a look at Liam's blocks. So that's one double skull. Oh, should we count the singles as well? One double skull.
Oh,
two double
that's
skulls.
Two. And that's three. Is that three?
Three. Three, and I thought I saw two single skulls going in there. Callum called the MVP Flesh Golem. Yeah, that's a level up as well. That's good. Get some tackle on that bad boy, I think.
Liam's also leveled up his unleveled Saurus though as well, so bonus is there for both players.
Yeah, I mean obviously I'm gonna say take block on that.
Yeah, just take block. Just take block on the Saurus. Don't overcomplicate it. Just yeah. There's a couple of I don't know. In my opinion, there's a couple of pieces that have really obvious first upgrades. Again, this is coming from the Muppet who gave his passer Hail Mary, so maybe don't listen to me. But yeah, block seems like it would be a fairly obvious choice for for his first skill.
Take strong arm on the Saurus. He's taken block. He's taken block.
Oh, thank God. Well done, boy. Just
Yeah, I think in this league, Callum, I think you might be right. Grab might actually have more utility because there's only like a couple of really dodgy teams in and a lot of bash teams in. So mighty blow.
yeah, I can't blame him for that one. That seems like a sensible progression.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's not something that's completely gone and out of left field. So that was kind of good that we've actually ended an hour before the next match, which is good.
Greetings.
Oh, Willem's joining us.
Oh, there
Hello.
he is.
So, yeah, that was
Interesting match.
It was entertaining, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, there were a couple of moments there where I was like, this isn't the soundest tactical play, but this is against Liam. I'm, send a message.
Did some of those not quite sound tactical plays involve his Strength 4 werewolf by any chance?
Yeah, no, that thing must die.
Yeah, well, we called that one.
My first turn, as you saw, my first turn was like, again, just like first things first, kill it. Didn't work because I rolled snake eyes, but whatever.
You could jump in with us if you want, Liam. Sorry, he's putting messages up on the thing, and then we can,
Yeah, no, Callum told me to jump into the chat, and I assumed that meant this. But apparently I was supposed to jump into Twitch chat.
Oh. Well, I don't mind. It's all right. You're here now, so yeah. I mean, but you're aware. I mean, it was like because you had such a good screening position in that set. We thought you had it. You had such a good screening position.
I did have it until I made some really bad decisions and got a bit lazy, and then didn't have it.
It was only really going after the strength 4. In my opinion, it was only going after that strength 4 werewolf that slowed it down.
Yeah, there are a couple of bits towards the end where I also, I don't know, I did a few things that weren't entirely necessary. Or oh god, I'm just trying to remember. I think maybe I pushed a bit too much with my skinks sometimes. Like if I put my skinks too far ahead, obviously it's gonna. It's not really a good idea because they'll get easily bashed. But whatever.
When he dropped the ball and you rushed through the gap, that's exactly what you should have done.
Oh yeah, no, but like there was a couple of other times where I basically skinked instead of just screening, which was unnecessary and led to issues. Oh, hello, Liam.
Howdy.
Liam sounds happy.
It was all right. First turn was the best thing I've ever seen.
That was so annoying.
You've just been balls bopped.
You're loud, Liam.
Yeah. But no, that was good, man. That was a fun match. There was obviously parts of it where both of us were kind of, well, at least I know I was definitely not entirely focused on winning the match through some of that. But
you went for the one.
Shut up, Callum. It always works. Sorry, Callum, just in the chat.
Yeah,
Rule 1: don't blitz with big guys. No, it always works. Shut up. It's fine.
Yeah, but you only did it once. And then you kind of.
What? Yeah, okay, maybe once.
No, it was only once, and then you were positioning him correctly, like you weren't hitting with him as much, which is good.
Oh no, twice at the beginning when I basically got a blitz. I blitzed in and hit the back line, as well as turn 1 where I tried to blitz.
I think that's a reasonable decision. I mean, remember when we say, never do this thing, there are exceptions, and I think that's an exception. That's definitely an exception.
No, I as anyone who has played against me with lizards, I trust the Crocs of Gore way too much and make it do way too much.
Yeah, but you were using him like I was saying, you were putting him into a position to mark players, to bring in the prehensile tail and bringing up the diving tackle skink to reinforce that. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Very quickly, and I'll let Liam talk. I know I'm talking a lot. Two skills that I feel don't get enough play on any team, let alone Lizardmen. Diving tackle and sidestep, because sidestep is hilarious.
Oh yeah, sidestep's awesome on the skinks. Yeah, definitely. Diving tackle. I'm gonna try it, but I'm too scared to base with my skinks basically because I'm a bit of a coward like that. So Liam, are you still with us? He might have jumped out the chat.
He's just disappeared into the abyss.
He's
He's
in it.
My audio's too loud.
Oh, you're there. No, you're
Oh,
all right.
there we go.
You can talk,
Yeah, you're
mate.
good.
So I think the big criticism from me, which I'm sure you want to hear now, but is you didn't need to go for that pickup straight away because it wasn't any danger of anything from the lizards getting up there. You could have taken 2 dice with block hits on the line first. 2 dice with block hits.
Oh yeah, I just thought probably grab the ball as a first move. I didn't take into account fucking sure hands would fail.
That's right.
But yeah, I think it cost me like 1 score anyway. But
Yeah.
I liked sidestep anyway because you pushed me to a score, Willem.
Yeah, no, I thought I had 2 turns there, not 1 turn. Oh, also, for anyone who was confused about what I was doing turn 8, I wanted to see if I could actually make it work, even if the catch had, catch had succeeded, whether I could get the 1 turn. I wouldn't have been able to get it anyway, because there was the thing. But
what else were you going to do? And I was saying at that point, I possibly would have tried it with a sidestep skink, just because it makes it easier if you can choose where they want to go. But that's a very minor thing. It's whatever, you know. But outside of that, yeah, man, go for it. Definitely, you know. It's the only way you're going to learn how. I'm not that great at getting 1-turners off or like that, so yeah.
close. So
that's
close.
right.
Anyway, but yeah, no, that was a very fun game, Liam. Thank you.
Cheers. It's fun for me too. Sorry, I didn't kill your team as much as I wanted to.
That's right. You just want to kill it. Oh, and Liam, you can't go away yet without us. Don't foul on turn bloomin' 8
yes.
with a white with guard. Right? We're just saying.
Ooh, I just really wanted to kill that ad-shot skink because it would have ruined his day.
Oh, that reminds me of the other thing actually that we speculated on, but sort of didn't have concrete evidence of. Liam, with the trying to dodge out with the goal, did you miss the diving tackle, or did you just think you could power your way through it?
No, so I was focusing mainly on the prehensile tail because obviously that's your big creature where it stands in the way. I completely forgot the diving tackle. I didn't spot that. Just one of those things.
Oh, we've all done it. Trust me, we've all done it.
Yeah. From the
benefit,
benefit,
one thing you don't think there's a combo going. But
from the benefit of the booth, we were sort of sat there going, "Oh, well, he could just blitz with the werewolf," and then you jumped out, and we were like, "Oh, he's missed it. He didn't see it."
Oh, because you need to score like a natural 6 with that, and it was just if
Yeah.
I knew that, I wouldn't have fucking done it.
Oh no, you definitely need a natural 6 because the prehensile tail also stacks. It's yeah.
And that is why diving tackle on a Lizardmen team is absolute nonsense sometimes.
That's it. If you put sidestep on him, and everyone's going to hate you. Everyone's going to hate your player. You know?
I was thinking of jump up next, but yeah, sidestep works.
I mean, it's only from essentially that they try to get you. They try to push him off. They get a push, and it's like, no, I'm not going anywhere, mate. I'm starting.
Yeah, actually, no, that is a good point. That sounds like a fun idea. Thank you, Alistair.
Yeah, and then if you get really lucky, you'll get a double, and you can give him block on top of it. So you've got a blodging sidestep, diving tackle, skink. That would be.
Yeah, that would be. Wait, no, I've already got block on him.
Oh, you've already got block on him. Oh, you're already there.
That's the guy with block. He's got block, diving tackle, and soon to be sidestep.
Yeah, and then Callum says jump up after that. So
yeah, sidestep first, then jump up.
Yeah. No, it's insane. Right, we'll call it there because me and Willem will be back in about an hour for the next game.
Yes. You'll be hearing more of my lovely voice.
That's right, and you get to laugh at you get a turn to laugh at other people. No, we weren't laughing on it. But,
Are we called to be up to verify that?
I will have. I will have to rewatch the stream just to make sure on both Liam and I's behalf that that it was all conducted in an official, professional manner.
That's
It was 100% neutral. It was cool down the middle, and there was no secret hope that any of your players got injured. Given that I'm playing you next week,
That's
absolutely
fine.
none of that.
Right.
At
Okay. That is
Completely
hear.
neutral.
Yeah, we will.
good to hear.
We call
well.
out. We call out on both sides what we think was good and what we think could have been done better and stuff like that. It's nothing like that. I'm gonna
Totally professional.
This will get uploaded to YouTube tomorrow morning. So.
Okay, cool.
Okay, sure.
Right, yeah. So with that in mind, we will see you in about an hour for the next game, chaps. Thank you very much for
All right.
co-hosting.
Thank you all.
Co-hosting this with me, Ben, and you'll probably get asked
Yeah,
back
not a problem.
to do some other matches in the future when you're available. And
Yeah, sounds brilliant.
yeah, until next time, Bloodstains, which is in about an hour. We'll see you then.
Ciao.
It's all right, lads.